Hello there guys and welcome back to another live stream. My name's Mike, aka Decimal Punked, and we are back in the Unreal Engine, and the version we're using is 5.5.4. There's two small tasks I'm just going to do to this project tonight. So this is the group one. I'm going to be creating just a health orb. I believe a health component's been created, but I just wanted to create the, oh my god, yeah, like a little orb that will act as the pickup, and setting up the HUD. So literally all I'm going to do for that is just put in the health bar and get it to read that component of the player, and yeah, it should be all good. So I'm just going to check the component. So yeah, this handles, so we've got player health at the top here. So we've got items, pickups. Right, so it's just got the... Why has that got a health component? Pretty sure that should go on the player character and not on there. Because what you'd want to do is cast to that health component. So, okay. Right, so we're going to, what's the item do? Alright, so this is going to be an actor. We'll call this BP health medieval. Right, so I think what I need to do I don't know why did I make that level? Tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to first open this one, and then I will delete my one. Right, let's... Sorry, I'm finding my bearings, guys. I've been in Unity for so long now. Right, we're going to need to create a material. It's been so long. Right. Material for the health orb. We want to make that... Oh, let me just check my sugars, guys. Oh, hey, oh my God, how do you say your name? Welcome to the stream. Crow. I'm just going to call you Crow. That would be much easier. Welcome to the stream. Right, so if we give this that material and Niagara, alright, I remember. Alright, let's make a new folder called VFX. Niagara emitter. Yeah, welcome to the stream, dude. I'm just doing 2 small bits of work in this group project. I'm just basically creating a health orb with the Niagara system, just something simple, and then just try and get the a player health bar in. And then I'll be in Blender for a couple of hours. So, right, let me just remember. Right. Right, we need to make a Niagara system. I'm sure there was a way. Play audio. Oh, hanging particulates swirling in a rectangular area. That sounds like that could be cool. Let's try this one. Niagara system, I could call this health orb. Right, so we open this up. Okay, so you can see that there. So if I go into here and choose that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to shrink that down so yeah, that's not doing anything. If I have this here, oh, perfect. Okay. And if I just move that there, let's go 5. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to get these little wisps to kind of be a bit more closer to the orb. So shape location. Oh, that's perfect. So where it was on box, it was just doing a wide area, but if we actually choose sphere, see it's actually doing that around. It's actually doing that around that, so about 200. Z. Transform. It'd be cool to have them kind of rotating around. So at the moment I've clicked on particle spawn. Rotation mode. I do feel like we've got the right we've got the right thing here. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh my god. There we go. Right, so some particle update. I just want them to swirl in a kind of around the orb. I'm wondering if there's a way we could do a ribbon. Welcome to the stream, guys. Pretty sure. It's like a trail. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. No. Oh shit. Oh. Alright, what's this? can't remember what it was I had, but it'd be cool if we could have like a trail. It should be in here somewhere. I'm going to put that to 4. Right, so that makes them go up. What about if we do 5 and 5? So with the Niagara system, it's all about just playing around, really. Fine-tuning it. Like, I've done this in previous projects. I know what I want to happen. I kind of want them to spiral around the middle and not go off too much like they are. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Interesting distribution. That doesn't look too bad. I remember. I'm sure. I'm sure there is a ribbon. Somewhere. I like that. Okay. I want a sip of my coffee. Right. Ribbon. Where did I see that ribbon? I know I saw it. There it is. Initialize particle. don't even know if that's doing anything. So in the past, when I've done ribbon, it's kind of done like a trail. That's a tiny bit annoying. Okay. I would have thought I've had this before, the interrupter movement. That's definitely the one we need. I remember it being ping pong. God, it's been such a while. Hey Long Arm, welcome to the stream, dude. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I've done this. I mean, we've got the health orb there. If I go on the material, let's get rid of that. Specular. Translucent. take? No. There we go. Gosh. I've just messed this up. Oh, I've just messed this up. That's the problem. You don't really know what you're doing. No problem, long arm. No problem. I'm gonna close that. No. Let's change that. Yeah, well, it's not the most exciting. I'm just mucking around, really. I mean, it's still fun. How have you been? Right, I'm going to just open that up. What I want to try and do, I would like the I'm just wondering if we can give the so where we've got the colour go for orange. Thanks for the spam view tax. How did the dentist go? Is the tooth fairy going to be happy? Oh, sorry. Right, maybe it does need to be red. Can we make it a darker red? I just wonder if there's a way that we can kind of give those color mode. Random range. Oh, here we go. Random range on the color mode. Color minimum. Okay, so if we say, let's go for orange, and then if we go for blue, we should get orange and blue. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god. How does yellow look if we do orange and yellow? Okay, I think it should be yellow and red. So if I go to here, just copy that hex. Go back to here and then put in so we will get red and yellow. Within that kind of spectrum, I think. We go 6 and 0.5. Then we can close that. Okay, and then we're going to add a sphere collider. Okay. Right. So if we go to the player and components, so we'll give the player a health component. Right, so player has the health component, 100, 100. Now in a different class is going well. What, your class? Now what I do with this orb is I would give it a little bit of movement. I don't have the other project open, but in there it basically had it handled like movement, so we can make it kind of levitate. So the guys are working on some of the movement at the moment. But what I should be hold on. What I'm going to do is, if I just get rid of Mike's level there, if I copy that, can I duplicate that? Why can't I copy that? Right, so I've just copied one of the other developers' levels, I think that's the most up to date with the player character. Yeah, my lecture's going good, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna be hopping into Blender shortly. What I just want to do is just get this health orb in. I might do the HUD tomorrow, to be honest. So, just give me 1 second. Right, so I'm in. If I just rename that to. There we go. Right. So I've got my orb. So what we want to do is have a hold on, what? It's so weird being in Unity. I mean, Unreal, oh my god. Holy crap, that's huge. It's enormous. Oh my god, dude. It's enormous. Okay, so what we want to do is have that. I want to have that like ever so slightly. It's no use me trying to get the movement of it done when I haven't got my other project open, where I've not been in Unreal for over a year. It's we'll get rid of that component. Right, we've got the health component in the player. So let's make that like that. get that health component? Oh, there it is. Health, BP health component. Right, so component. Welcome to the stream, guys. Right, so when we go to the player character, if I actually just play the level, right, there's nothing on there telling me what my health is, so on tick is down there, event tick. So what we want to do is display. We want to get the health points. Get health points. Float to string. And then print to, oh my god, what is it? Oh my god. Is it debug? Yeah, developer, print string. There we go. So if I plug that in there, we should now see what our health is. There we go, left hand side. Perfect. So if I was to set that to 50, that should now display 50. No, it doesn't. Interesting. Interesting. Even though I'm getting the health points, interesting. Why is that? How interesting. If we put that to 100 and just do 50 on there, is that going to display 50 now? Very strange. Why is that then? Huh. Okay. Ah, do you think? So if I had health points at 25 and we put that to 30. Right, okay. Alright, we'll leave that as 100 then. And then what we'll do is we'll have a hotkey to remove the point. So we'll just do number pad minus. So when we press the minus, that will deduct. So then when we collide, yeah, so we press minus, we'll be able to deduct from our health. That'll deduct 10 at a time. There we go, perfect. Okay, and then when we walk into that, for fuck's sake! Oh, dude. We don't want to stand on a health orb. Oh, that's funny. We want to allow, I think it's the orb. So we want to say overlap all. That was funny. Lap my pants. Okay. So now that we've got that done, we go into here. So no, when we go we overlap with the player, we need to add to the player's health. So component begin overlap. So we're gonna get the health component. So BP health component, and then get the health points. How can I make this full screen? I'm used to double clicking in Unity to make the whole thing larger. This is the problem working in two engines. Oh my god. Right, so we're gonna get the health points, And if we just say it will just add 10. And then set the health points. So we get the current health points, add 10. Let's just tidy that up a little bit, shall we? I think I'm going to get much tidier than that, to be fair. Okay, so right, we need to clamp it so we don't overheal. Now if I deduct okay, so we need to clamp before it goes into that, so clamp maths clamp float at 100. No, actually you clamp it at the maximum health. So we know that the maximum health, if we go on the BP player, it's the maximum health points is 100. So we're saying don't overheal. And that will go in there. Alright, let's try that. So at full health, I'm at 90, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and it won't overheal. Perfect. And then lastly, destroy the actor. Oh, no. You would only destroy it. No, you wouldn't destroy it. The only time you would destroy it is... What you would do is you would check. You would check the health. So when you when the player overlaps, you do a check, and so let's move this down there. We'll do an if, and the condition is the health points. So if health points equals max health points, so if the health points equals that, as in the player's full health, if that's true, then we restore health and destroy the cube. I don't think there's not really any neat way to Jesus Christ. Can I write pig zero this spaghetti? What we'll do is just do that. There we go. All right, so we're saying when we overlap with the sphere, we do a check, and the check is... Oh no, sorry. No, it needs to be off the false. I do apologise. No, so basically, the check is the player at max health, and that's basically saying, does the health points equal the max health points? So, does the health points equal 100? If it does, so as in we're in max health, oh, okay, thank you, Crow. I'll check that just 1 second. Sorry, if the health is equal to the max health, if that's true, nothing happens to the orb, but if it is false, then we add 10 to the player's health. So let's just test that quickly, and then we'll look at the health component. So there we go. So I'm at 100. If I minus 10 and then walk through it, there we go. Just do that again. So as you can see, we're at 100. We go down to like 50. And then walk through it, that will disappear, we'll go up to 60. Perfect. So at full health, it doesn't get destroyed. Right, you were saying that the health component apply heal. But this doesn't make sense to me. On here, we've got get heal interval duration, heal remaining intervals, get interval heal. we've got like 4 programmers in this group, so I'll run it past them. But to me, looking at those 3 nodes, there's nothing there to say set the heal amount. Damage over time. Okay, that's good to know. Set interval damage. Set interval heal. I mean, my code functions, so I'll run it past the programmers and I'll just say, look, one of those. Oh, Jorge! I didn't know it was you, bro. I didn't know it was you, dude. Welcome. I didn't know. I didn't know it was you, bro. Oh my god. Right, so it's all good as I've done it. I mean, my code here, it works. So, like I say, we run over the thing. If we're at full health, it doesn't disappear. And then we just run through it, disappears. Okay. Well, this code here is just for the. Well, it's just for the health orb. Surprise! Yeah, so I'll probably refine the visual effects on that, but for the time being, it does the job. It looks pretty. And when we overlap it as the player, it will get destroyed if we're not at maximum health. So I think we can tick that little job off of the list. We could quickly see if we could get the... I could quickly try and do the HUD so we get the health bar up there. So at the moment I'll plug this in to the player graph. So what I'll do is I will just give that a comment, and my purple for playtesting. So I'm going to leave that in there for the time being, because what this is doing is, just because I haven't got the HUD up and running at the moment, this is just displaying what our health is. So let me see how quickly I can whip together a HUD. So Jorge, what I've done is I've copied I've literally just copied Ben's world, and I've just put it in, I've just duplicated it and put it in a folder for me, so I can play test stuff like this that I develop. So right, let's see how quickly I can. It's just easier because I know he's doing the majority of the character. Well, he's doing the character controller, isn't he? All right. Right. HUD. It's quite nice having one of our group programmers in chat, dude. It's nice having one of you with me. So menu. So this isn't going to be a menu. This is going to be the HUD. Heads up display, baby. So these are the main menu and pause menu I've done. So going to HUD, it's going to be a UI widget blueprint. So call it widget blueprint. Now, this is where it's going to be interesting because we have 3 different HUDs. I think everyone else is probably sleeping, dude. What time are you normally up till? Yeah, so widget blueprint. So we've basically got 3 HUDs. I mean, the HUD will be consistent, but it's going to be different because there's 3 different eras. We've got medieval, we've got the war zone, and we've got jungle. So essentially, the HUD is going to be different in form. So I'm just wondering, instead of doing 3 individual HUDs, because theoretically, the health component of the player is always going to be 100. So, oh right, nice. So it's kind of similar here. I've got my eldest with me this weekend though, so I'm not going to be up too late. What was I saying? Yeah, we've got 3 HUDs. I'm just wondering if instead of having 3 different widget blueprints for the different HUDs, what we could do is we could have one widget blueprint for the HUD, and then we can have, if the health is always in the same kind of position and scale, then what we can do is just change the texture that would be relevant for the zone, because we'd have icons for the abilities. Those icons, like we could basically have almost like stacked on top of each other. So if level equals medieval, show icons for the medieval, set the texture of the health bar to the medieval, hide everything else. So basically it would almost be like a switch on in, like if the medieval level, then HUD int equals 1. If HUD equals 1, then we do this. I think that's how I'm going to do this. So we're just going to call this widget blueprint player HUD. Actually, Why have I given that a lowercase? Okay, so let's do this. See how quick I can do this. Okay, so widget blueprint. What are we going to be doing? We're going to be putting it on. If I just open up my other project. So we just need a health bar. Oh dear. Oh, progress bar, that was it. I'm just going to call this HP bar. And we'll anchor it to the top left. Now what I would like to do, if the group's okay with it, is just have a little icon. So because there's 3 different characters, I thought it'd be quite cool if we did like, if we got like a little headshot of the player character, and then we could put them in like a little frame. What we could do is we could have it as like a square frame, and then the health bar can just be like attached to it. I think that would be nice, instead of it just being a health bar on its own. It just gives it a little bit of oomph, you know. Because there's 3 different characters as well, it makes sense to have a different picture for each. Right, so for the health bar, I'm just looking at my other project. This is the progress. It's going to be going left to right. So I'm actually going to be cheeky, not cheeky. I'm going to grab the hex code. There we go. Oh, that's a dark red, that. Love it. Compile save. And style, there we go. Okay. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you like that idea then, Jorge? Having a tiny little profile picture. I was kind of thinking the World of Warcraft style, where you have the portrait and then you have the bar next to it. we can get our artists to do a nice render headshot of the player characters, and then I can just whack them in. Cool, cool. Alright, well there's the health bar. So now what we need to do is the percent would basically be based on the player's health component. So oh, I love this song. Where is it? Health points. Okay. So what we do is we go in here, we click on this, and the percent we click here, create the binding, and then get the health bar. All we have to do is right, let's make a variable here. So this is going to be player character. This is going to be BP player. And then what we do is we just drop that in there. Health component. There we go. And then get health points. And then we test it. Oh, I've got to be quiet. I'm going to wake my boy. I didn't draw the HUD to screen at game start. What a numpty. What a numpty. Oh, we've already got one. Okay, let's just check here. If there's no if statements in here, we can just plug it in at the end. We'll do it as a custom event. Okay, not a problem. I always like to do white for why has that just gone black? I always like to do a white colour for like UI elements. Hold on, what's going on there? That was weird. Where's the event Ah, there. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. Why is that black then? I wonder if that's... It's set to 1 there. I think that's because it's a float of 1, so if we divide by... Oh, hold on, what was that error?
Working at
One sec, guys, let me just sort the music out.
cross teams is tough.
For some reason, YouTube is now not skipping the ads. So, if you do hear that in the background, I do apologise. One second, guys. Why am I getting an error there then? Why am I getting an error? Let me check my other project. Just out of curiosity, let me just see. What the hell? I need to check my code in another. It's getting drawn to screen. The HUD's getting drawn to screen. Just for some reason I'm looking at my other project and it's the exact same. Shorter, it's getting a player character, targeting health, and plugging that in. So why has that been a bugger then? Ah. I think I know why. I don't think this will change it. That shouldn't change anything. What the fuck? What the fuck? So even though in here we've got the variable, we've got the variable in here. It boggles me. It boggles my brain. I'm like, why? Why? Even though I've added the variable, we've set it as the BP player. We're targeting the component. We're getting the health. Like, I'm glad I've got my other project open. This is my other one. It's this bit here. So I'm just going to copy that. It's annoying. So, when the widget is drawn to screen, we're setting the thingamajig there. And in here, we're doing that. I'm just going to move that across. So, the health bar percent is set based on that. And that we can, so just for the time being, a very basic red bar for the health, and then we've got our developer cheat code. Well, it's not really cheat code. Minus 10 health, you press the number pad minus, and at full health, the orb doesn't disappear. And we can minus our health, and then we can walk through that. Job done. I've achieved what I set out to do. We have done a health orb pickup, and looks pretty cool. Well, I want to make that a tiny bit smaller, and I did want like a trail or a ribbon coming off of the little orbs, but that might be a bit too much, but we'll see. It's been a while since I've done the VFX in Niagara. I have done it in a couple of projects, but it's been over a year, so yeah, I'll look into that. But we've got the health bar and a health orb pickup, and it replenishes the health. So GG. I'm going to call the stream there. I'm sorry it took, like the beginning of the stream, I was faffing around just with Niagara. But 2 hours work, and yeah, we got a functional HUD with the health bar now and the pickup. So I'm going to call the stream there. I did want to jump into Blender, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take just a short 10-minute break and make another coffee, and then I'll be back in 10 minutes time, and we'll jump into Blender, and I'm going to do some more modelling on my space station interior. So I'm going to be working on the walls, just giving those the colour, and we're going to silicone the remaining glass panels. So if you guys want to tune in and see some 3D modelling, feel free to tune back. Thanks for watching. Anyone that hasn't already, feel free to follow on Twitch if you want to stay up to date. Go check out my YouTube to see previous game dev streams. I've got stuff for Unreal, Unity and Blender. And if you want to play any of the games I've made, I've got my itch link below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next stream.